You are now listening to a Doc Martin production.
Get those words, frackin'
They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frackin' Nerds, episode number 267. If you're noticing that 266 is not showing up yet, that's still from Concave. I haven't edited. I mean, I've got the time, so I guess I could go and do some extra work since we're all quarantined here and everything else. So let's go ahead and get from, since we all have to stay more than 6 feet away, and these guys are way farther than that. First of all, coming out of the old New York area, it is...
What the fuck was that about?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something witty and didn't do anything.
Yeah, you really didn't. You failed on that one. It's me, Joshua. So don't worry. I'm keeping my distance in this quarantine, self-isolation, pandemic world we live in.
And you work at or used to work in a hospital. Well, I mean,
What do you mean used to? I still work at a fucking hospital. I didn't get fired.
I mean, you're not working now at the moment, right?
Yes, no, I'm not working now due to my living situation. I live with my elderly grandmother and working at a hospital. It would be unwise for me to be going back and forth and putting her at risk. So I will be out of work until this gets contained.
Yeah, that's not going to happen because people won't go home. People are always out, like going to Taco Bell and talking to their buddies on Twitter and stuff like that. And speaking of that, another one from the other side of our bridge, which we're about to shut down along with Tennessee, and he also works in a hospital, or he was until he got shut down too. It's Chris Class.
Hey, you can like tweet and not get other people shit.
You're all right next to each other.
I took extreme precautions.
Did they have gloves on when they were making your Taco Bell?
What?
Did they have gloves on when they were?
They did. They better always have fucking gloves on when they're making my Taco Bell.
Well, what about the person handing you the food and taking your money?
He did.
All right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He had a mask on as well, so
Well,
I felt very safe.
There you go.
But now I'm on I got the call today. I'm on the 14-day lockdown, so.
But you're not having symptoms or anything like that, right?
They said I'm slightly symptomatic. Nothing real bad. I have a low-grade fever. I have a fucking dry cough that I get every time this year, but it's not even that bad. Like, dude, I'm good to go. I had a beer earlier. I had a Dos Equis, and I went on a walk. I'm good to go, man.
So you're out there spreading it again. Jesus Christ, stay inside. That's what I keep saying.
Dude, I can go outside on a fucking walk. I live in like the country, man. Like
I don't know where you live. I don't know who you're talking to. All I see is pictures of you at Taco Bell.
Well, if anyone else wants to see pictures of me at Taco Bell, you just follow Chris Class or at Chris Class BRH on Twitter. All right.
No, even the back row hecklers will put it up on their Twitter, which I think I know who's running their Twitter page.
Something like that, or Chris Class BRH on Instagram. There you go. Early plugs.
Well, guys,
good.
On today's show,
hey, you forgot Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy's on here.
Is he finally on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just all angry. See, that's what happens. He's been stuck in the house too. Well, then we'll do this. And then the other side of Indiana, who we're trying to keep out from coming over here, it's Mr. Kennedy. Get some energy there. Come on. We've all been stuck in a house.
Yeah.
At least you got something to do.
Like what?
Take care of a baby.
Yay! Make more of them.
Is he already doing that?
Oh, yeah, that's right. There is one on the way, right?
Yeah.
Sound enthusiasm there.
Son.
Yeah.
You sound so happy.
Yeah, there's another one. Ugh. So are we doing Concave next year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got to do
Oh,
it.
well, I need more apple pie alcoholic beverages in my life.
I'll make you more apple pie, but I don't know about concave.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Okay, no, fuck. That sucks,
Get
man.
to hang out
Just me and Doc.
play video or play board games and stuff like that.
There's got to be something else we can find that's just as fun.
Like what? Nothing's gonna let us sit there and drink and do board games.
Yeah, I mean, I drink a lot.
Like
that was a fun trip.
You would have to we have to rent a place for a weekend and just hang out.
What was wrong with Concave?
It just wasn't fun for some people. I know it was fun for me.
I had a good time.
Joshua, if you had been there, was it 3 years ago?
I know. Yeah, you told me 3 years ago, like it was filled with people and da 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 da. But to me, just hanging out with you two guys and Dakota as well, and shooting the shit and having the jokes we were doing with everything, it was fun. Like I don't mind. Like I didn't mind that. And even then, I felt bad with the Rick and Morty thing. I was like, fuck, I should have paid more attention. And I was like, no, I really want to revisit that again because it looked like you were having fun and. It was fun, like no lie. So I just like
we could still play that because we've got it set up on that D&D Forever or something like that.
Yeah,
D&D Beyond.
So like Kennedy could still run that game.
I mean, we could do it. Like, couldn't we do it via like?
Yeah, we would.
I mean, that could be a fun little thing we do while this is quarantine still going on.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this might be like the extent of like Concave or any other like conventions for the future, man. Getting on Skype and like doing this shit.
That would be horrible.
God.
All right, guys. Go ahead.
What's the end in sight? Like, what do you think is gonna like? When's this gonna come to an end?
I don't know. You got people going to Taco Bell in the middle of the day and taking pictures. So.
I mean, you're a medical.
Go inside.
You work at a hospital. What are they saying?
Oh man, you don't want to know.
Yeah, you're over in Indiana where they're just like it is not going well.
They don't care because they don't care. Here in Scott County, like you couldn't even tell that there was a quarantine.
Well, we saw how well y'all did with your HIV epidemic and your gonorrhea epidemic.
Here's the thing though. Like, and this is the same thing I keep telling people with this coronavirus. Yes, the cases keep shooting up exponentially. But the problem is if you're not testing, then when you finally do testing, you can't be like, oh my God, it's everywhere. No, it's been everywhere. You just fucking waited.
Yeah, we don't have enough testing, and
but that's the problem. Yeah, I just got the call today about me. I was exposed to someone days ago, but I was also like, they do a good record, especially when it comes to healthcare employees, of checking out like were you properly like in all your PPEs properly, gowned, your N95s, all that stuff. Problem is the test. It was such a shortage on the test. Finally, more tests are coming out, but the time it takes, I'm hearing anywhere between, there's like the expedited
3 days.
It could be 3 days. I'm hearing as short as like 12 hours sometimes if it's like, but I talked to, because I had to make calls. I had to talk to like the health facility, the local health facility or whatever, and tell them everything about me. And they said 7 to 10 days, even though I'm like a healthcare employee. And so they just did a mandatory, like I opted not to get tested because we're so short on it. Other people have way worse, like they're way more symptomatic than I am. So I'm staying my ass at home and I'm doing my part, since I can't do my part at the hospital, to try to, do whatever I can to help the people who like, dude, there have been some people that come in fucking really sick, man. It's scary, man. It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. Let me just totally bring the mood down.
No, I'm gonna bring it down even more because, like, my coworkers are telling me, like, yeah, it's really bad. Like, one supervisor was like, yo, you're so lucky you're not here because it's getting really, really bad. And then my other coworker was like, yo, the area where we dump the garbage, they're bringing in a freezer to put the people that pass away from corona in there. And I was like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Everyone. Just go through a drive-through. That's all right. Don't go inside and eat nowhere.
They're not allowing you to go inside.
You're not allowed, right? Like all restaurants are like the fucking like, Oh, there goes the truck to pick up the daily rounds.
Stay at home and drink your Dos Equis.
Oh, I got frustrated because I got the old, I don't feel good. I want milk and cigarettes. Can you go? And she did it like 3 times. I was like, fuck it, I'm go.
Wait, but do you have milk already in your house? Like,
we have milk for a whole day and then it gets consumed. I don't drink milk that often, so.
Is she a fucking cat?
yeah.
Well, cats they're not supposed to drink milk. They're lactose intolerant. Oh my God. It's like every meal. It's like milk.
She smokes cigarettes.
And she smokes cigarettes. So I had to go out, and then so I was like, all right. She's like, there's a place with the drive-thru, and I was like, fine, I'll go there. They were closed after 9 o'clock, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go to Kroger. Kroger is closed after 9 o'clock, so the only thing open is like a Marathon, and it looked like there's a rave going on with the amount of people that are in there, and they're like, oh, it was like 8 people, and we all had to stand 6 feet away, and I was like, there's no room to do anything.
I went through one drive-through. You hit up like fucking 5 spots, and I'm the one infecting people. Come on, bro.
I didn't want to go, and then I come back, sit down, and because my allergies are now picking up because I've been staying inside, and all of a sudden I've breathed in pollen air, I start having an annoying cough, and she's like, "Oh, you got it. Why did you go in there?" Oh, it's just like, the fuck you want me to do?
Are you dating Josh?
Yeah, no, it does. Does.
All of Doc's impressions are the same. I fucking love them.
It's just sounds like Cartman.
It did.
Well, guys, apparently leaked documents are showing that TikTok tried to suppress ugly users.
Oh shit!
Damn.
So apparently, they're according to reports that was intercepted. The moderation is to try to shut down abnormal body shapes, being chubby or obese or too thin, if you're missing teeth or obvious facial scars, or if you have too many wrinkles. They want to limit the amount of people that can see your TikTok.
Well, nobody from the South, huh? All right.
Also, they said they tried to deprioritize anyone that looks like they're living in rural fields or slums, or if their place looks messy or has cracks.
Wow, who's in charge of TikTok?
I don't know.
Are they the elitists of the elite?
They are. They want beautiful people to be shown and nothing else.
What the fuck do they look like? What's the owner of TikTok? I'm about to Google them right now.
Isn't it like a Chinese company or something like that?
TikTok owner. I don't know. I'm about to find out. This better be the most beautiful fucking person, man or woman, I've ever seen. It better look like fucking someone named Zane Zig. All right, we're about to see.
Zane.
This motherfucker better be
Zane
gorgeous.
Ziegler.
Yeah, some I don't know. Owner name here. This is riveting. Man,
this is
get
great.
the fuck out of here. Everyone Google. His name is ZHANG. YIMING.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yaming. This motherfucker. No way, dude. If it was
there he is.
Yeah, if you had a fucking like a Mila Kunis, I'd be like, all right, at least like she has like something. Like she's saying something about it. You got a fucking Chris Hemsworth looking dude, and be like, I get it. All right, that dude's so pretty, I'd let him bang me. But like,
I don't want to.
It looks like the Chinese Bill Gates.
I don't want to. I don't want to sound racist, but it looks like when you're trying to cast for just random Asian guy, that is your random Asian guy that you get.
I mean, that's not racist. That's just kind of an observation.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm looking for a random Asian guy, and that guy walks in and be like, you got it. You're not pretty.
Asian Bill Gates. That was spot on, buddy. That was really good.
Well, Walmart is preparing to launch an Amazon Prime competitor called Walmart Plus service that will bring out your food and bring out your groceries, I guess, and anything else you're looking to buy.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I was discussing this earlier. I think that this whole situation is going to change us in a way that will just forever be. Because this whole situation is pointing out how much people don't need to be out in public.
Well, yeah,
the cat wholeheartedly agreed.
I'm like, fucking this fucker here. Go away! I'm already fought with you today.
It was all these stores invent like, oh, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and I think it's going to change everything for a long, long time. I think schools are going to change too.
With the Delivery Unlimited program, it'll cost you about $100 a year, which is much less than the $119 per year, one-day delivery on Amazon. You know what I think is these grocery stores are going to be, you have to order online and it either gets delivered or you pick it up, and I think that's better. But then I use Kroger's app.
ClickList.
Yeah, I did it. What was it? 2 weeks ago. Did it on a Tuesday, told me I couldn't pick it up till Friday, and then when we come in on Friday, half of the order is there, and they said, we don't pull until Friday, and I was like, I could have walked in Tuesday and went and bought everything I needed, this didn't save me any time. They're like, hey, this would have saved you 2 hours. No, fuck you, it didn't, because I had to go shopping somewhere else and possibly get infected and get the coronavirus or COVID-19 or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because people won't fucking go home. That's what this show will be called.
Doc he's reaching the end of his rope, guys. Well, it's going to be bad next week.
Nobody plays Overwatch with me. I just sit at home waiting to play.
You don't say nothing to me. You don't message me.
Oh.
Hey, I got the fucking game.
If you see me on and it doesn't say Netflix, you can pretty much figure what the fuck I'm playing. Oh, and Kennedy, I got something to talk to you at the end of the show that maybe you can help us out and we can play another game.
I recruited some people too to play Overwatch for us on Xbox. He basically said he's the LeBron James of Overwatch.
Oh, there we go. We need to get him on there.
All right, I'll tell you this, Doc. I have we're buddies on Xbox.
No, we're not.
I have nothing but time on my hands right now. I'll buy it on Marketplace or whatever the Xbox store is.
Yeah, no. It's a $60 game, bro. It's not.
Fuck
you can get
that, Doc. I'm playing Call of Duty.
Unfortunately, it's
it might be like if it was like 30, then I'd be on.
Dude,
it's 30 on Amazon if you could get it. If you get it delivered to your house.
The problem is Blizzard, and you know how Blizzard doesn't bring their prices down on anything.
He said, "Fuck no."
Yeah, I think the price of Diablo is still up there.
It's like Halo forever, where it's like this game is 3 years old, and that's right, and it's still $70 to buy Halo.
Puta, man,
Diablo's 40 now. My bad.
Oh, it went down a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Overwatch is going to drop until season.
The Diablo's also been out since 2012, so.
Jesus Christ. Hey guys, have you noticed any kind of limited streaming capabilities? But apparently Netflix and YouTube are slowing your streaming down to help the internet.
Not really. I mean, I think maybe once or twice it goes a little, the quality like goes down for like a second or two, but I really haven't had any problems with my connections or anything of that nature.
Like, I mean, first of all, if you're just watching it from your phone, who is that much of a snob that's like, oh, this is definitely not 4K. Why?
I think the people who try to watch shit illegally on their Fire Stick.
You get what you get on your Fire Stick.
Yeah, you do. Cinema HD, it's like, hey, do you remember how we used to display stuff in 360?
Yeah, speaking of like Fire Stick, I've added some people that are not really up on how to find movies, so my Plex server has been filling up slowly. It's been nice trying to help people out so they stay inside.
See that, Doc? You're an essential worker, buddy.
I am. I should get paid. Don't tell the feds. Don't tell the feds. Well, watching Ozark, I realized you can try to pawn them off on another thing, but they'll ignore it because they want to bring you down.
Have you started watching season 3 of that?
I'm done.
Damn,
yeah, I'm like,
son.
I'm done. We were rolling through it. I just kept seeing people like Tiger King, awesome, Tiger King, blah blah blah. And I was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna finish this." And I was, Tiger King seems interesting.
Well, that's the thing, though. I watched Tiger King when it first came out, and then I was like, Ozark is out. I'm like, I can watch Ozark. I'm like I got 2 episodes left.
Okay, yeah, I can't spoil anything, but
I'm pretty sure something is going to be fucking
great.
bad.
I've only seen the first episode.
Isn't that the greatest thing ever, though? Like, that dude, like, I got introduced to him on fucking Last Week Tonight, and then they did a documentary about him, and I'm like, oh, this is just crazy.
Well, the problem is I'm worried that my aunt may have actually been involved with all this.
What? Okay,
go ahead. I was wondering about that because you said your aunt got a tiger or a snow leopard or something.
So, well, here's the thing.
Did you get it from the one guy in Indiana that they showed on there?
Yeah, that's Tim Stark.
Yeah.
So my aunt used to own a tiger and a cougar, Mariah and Serena, and she used to have people over her house all the time. Like, it was crazy. And we used to show the tiger off to people kind of the way they did in the show, but not in the cage, because she was large. Like, she was a big kitty. And Serena was a bitch. Nobody was allowed to be near her. But so Tim used to come over to the house all the time, and he would bring these random animals. Like, we got pictures with, like, bears and stuff like that. So...
Isn't this in, like, Charlestown?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's like right where I live.
So, well, my aunt, she was the tiger lady on 403. Like that's what everybody called her.
Shit.
The tiger
Okay.
lady.
Okay. Yep.
But so I found out like 2 years ago. Now, mind you, my dad's dead, my aunt's dead, her husband's dead, so nobody's around anymore. So I can talk about this without worrying too much. She was evidently a cocaine dealer,
Jesus.
and the tiger and the cougar were there as a deterrent.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and here just knowing Tim Stark personally, and then with Joe and them being on all the drugs that they were on, I don't know. I hope she wasn't involved with it, but
Nah, she was.
I'm shocked. Like someone like that deals with coke has a tiger. Like, I mean, that's probably unheard of. Like Mike Tyson. Like surely he wasn't on any kind of drugs and has tigers, and that's insane. Like that kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, like fucking Scarface. Didn't Scarface have a tiger or something? Or like I don't know, man. If you're a coke dealer, you got to have a tiger. Like that's.
Yeah, and what's crazy
I'm not
is
surprised.
She built this enclosure, right? But before she passed away, she actually was building a bigger enclosure for Mariah. So she did really try to take care of this tiger. But she built this thing that went from the tiger's cage to underneath the house inside the basement. And that cage in the basement had a man-sized door in it. So I don't.
Yeah, people that didn't fucking pay up got fed to Mariah.
Dude, when I was a younger, I never thought about these things, right? I'm a kid. It's cool. She also used to have like 6 wolves, but I don't necessarily. They were all sweet as hell. I don't think any of them were mean, but.
Dude,
yeah.
that Stark guy, like I think he still owns that thing around here.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because like
he's been getting major shit for the last couple of years though.
Yes, he has.
Fucking Panthers have gotten out, and they've been like where I live. Like I live at a different place. I'm on my own right now, but it's fucking like the horses and like cows that like my stepdad and my mom own around here. Like we had to be on the lookout because like fucking Panthers have gotten out and like wild fucking giant cats have gotten out, man. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no way, Jose, man, you're not gonna fucking have to be out with fucking like rifles and shit to like take it down. It's
So, yeah,
fucked up, man.
Tim's gotten in a lot of shit for losing animals over the years, but he's also getting more shit because did you watch Tiger King?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I did.
I did.
how they were getting in trouble for shooting the tigers and gas chambering them and stuff.
Well, that was they didn't make those accusations against him. They made it against the weirdo who had the Indian name.
I know that. Tim's been doing the same thing.
Well, yeah, because after a certain point, when they're too big to handle, why are you spending the money to just feed them in essence?
No, because they made it seem like Ansel was like he was in the business of having people pet the cubs. And like after they get to the point where they're big enough, he's like, well, I don't have any need for them because I'm not going to make money that way because you can't pet all types of tigers.
Right,
That's how they made it seem. I didn't know Tim was doing that because they made it seem like Tim was just a guy who bred them and sold them.
No, Tim doesn't breed. What Tim does is he gets the people who don't want their cats anymore. And then he charges people to come see them. The problem is when Tim takes something in that he can't handle, like he doesn't have enough space for it or whatever, he just kills it.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's what he's getting in trouble for is because he's like, yeah, we're a rescue, then I'm going to kill him right after you leave. Like,
oh, wow. Hope nobody, wow.
I hope no one owes him coke money because fuck.
Dude, it was just weird. Like that whole fucking story. I'm sitting there, and then they have the real life Tony Montana pop up. Like I was a drug lord, but I liked exotic animals. And then he gets out like 20 years later. He goes right back into business with the animals. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Well, that's what he said. He said he sold the coke so he could get the animals.
It's so crazy. Like no, that whole. And then the best part is with fucking Joe Exotica, you kind of go, I don't think this dude really is in jail for what he's in jail for.
No, there's a lot of trumped up charges because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. Is his issue.
And at the very last episode, they said he was like, "Oh, we're gonna get 79 years," and then it's like they gave him 22. So
he's still gonna die in prison probably. Yeah. So
he's only 50 something.
Yeah, but he looks like he's 70 something. Like at one point you see like it was like the year 2000. His face looked normal. Then like 17 years later, his face looks like
he
a fucking.
Loved that meth.
Yeah, like it was just like he aged so quick. And then like in the pictures, he airbrushes his face to make himself look younger. Oh God!
They love
and then like the fucking
golden
country
balls
music
in his face.
That people thought that was really him, but that clearly was another person singing.
Well, it was obvious when he went to sing at the funeral, and it didn't sound anything the same.
Did he straight up Milli Vanilli it?
I think
yeah,
so,
bro.
I gotta watch this shit.
And then, bro, the best part is the fucking lady who you think is a really good person. She's just as worse as Slow, if not worse.
I didn't kill my husband, and then later
worse.
on was like, if you were going to do that, you would put sardine oil on them. And it was just like, what?
Damn.
Did you see that? That because of the documentary, now they're reinvestigating it. They open up. I hope they get this bitch. Yo, bro, class, as this bitch is as guilty can be. Like, he was talking shit about her. He wanted to divorce her. His fucking ex-wife and the daughters are like, this bitch is gonna try to kill our father, and she got away with it. That's the crazy part.
Yep. She waited. She waited on the date of the 5-year anniversary on when he disappeared to go ahead and deem him dead, so that she could start the process of getting all the money.
So there's only two ways this can go. Either she did kill him, or that motherfucker died in Costa Rica like 10 years ago of AIDS. So.
No, because like he was. They knew he went to Costa Rica. He was making it known he didn't want to be with her anymore because what was the problem? She was spending his money.
Yeah,
and she didn't want to do with the cats that he wanted.
He wanted to make money off of it, and she wanted to turn it into a rescue.
Okay, yeah. So they had conflicting interests, but like really, she was from the picture they were painting, from the lawyer to the daughters and the ex-wife, was like this lady was a bitch to our father towards the end. And like she killed him. And she looks like and when you see this lady, bro, straight fucking crazy person. Her eyes and everything. It's just crazy talk.
Well, the guy she killed, they talk about the first time they met, she got in a fight with her first husband, was walking the streets. He pulled up on her and he was just like, hey, you want to talk? You all right? And she was like, no. He tried 3 times, which is that's fucked up. And he had a gun on the seat saying, here, you can hold this gun. I just want to talk to somebody, and you can keep it pointed at. And then they fuck, and then they decided to get married after she got divorced, and yeah.
Isn't that like the All-American Love Story?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah.
This is full on Netflix's attempt to beat Abandoned in Plain Sight as the craziest. Abandoned still
No, you got to be fucking like go to making a murderer.
No. Have you guys watched the Wonderful World of Whites in West Virginia? That is the best.
I was just talking with a really good friend of mine about that show the other day, and that movie the other day.
When I watched that told me never to go to West Virginia ever, because one of those whites could be there, and they don't give a fuck at all.
Is this on Netflix?
No, I think you'll have to find maybe on Amazon or something.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Let me check out Amazon Prime.
Oh, it is so fucked up, these people.
Dude, when they had a bitch in there that like had just given birth, and then she's like doing meth and coke like in the room, like. What the fuck? I mean, but you know what? Working at a hospital, that shit's not unheard of. I'm just saying.
It's like everybody, like, if you say anything about them badly, they're going to go over to your house and kill you. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, right.
That's like in Ozark.
I know, it's pretty much, yeah. You said something bad about me, you're going to die now.
Like, she was like, you calling us rednecks? And she got offended by that.
Yeah. It's like, hey, your ass looks fat in those jeans. All right,
my God.
My brother's coming over to kill
Knoxville executive produced this shit?
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
So this is my viewing for tonight after I'm done.
All right, guys. In movie news, there actually is some news coming out. Nothing really getting
box office made no money.
Yeah, nothing is getting made or anything like that. As I was pulling articles, I know it's been a couple weeks since we've been on the air. The biggest thing was, first of all, that Universal Studios was the first production studio to allow video on demand of movies that just came out or were getting released, which with The Invisible Man and The Hunt. And now everybody's kind of jumping on board. But the weird part is I still think Black Widow and Mulan, they're wanting to push it back to November, which has already got way too much shit going on, like, around that time. like somebody's going to lose money, and it's going to be Wonder Woman. That's my cases on that. But now,
Birds of Prey is out now too, right?
Yes,
I saw that.
But that's
on Amazon
been out since February.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're talking about new releases right now. I got
Correct.
You.
Anything that was supposed to come out, a lot of these are going straight to video on demand. And I know some people are saying that the price that people want to pay is they want to pay $6, not $20.
Right.
So do you think they need to start working a better price, or does everybody that knows how to find the movies otherwhere go and find it otherwhere?
Well, I noticed last night when I was like thumbing through. I'm sorry, Joshua. Go ahead, buddy.
No, go ahead. You started your thought.
Well, I was going to say I noticed last night because I wanted to watch. I rented a movie on Amazon, Chef. I rented that like last night, and I noticed that some of these new releases are on there, and I was like, $20 a pop. That's fucked up. But as opposed to it being like a rental or I guess a ticket at a movie theater, what, like $8-10,
yeah,
maybe $12 depending. A person. This is you can actually like purchase it rather than rent it. So at $20, I mean, you're going to spend $20 on a new DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So like I kind of get that. So I'm cool with that. And it shows like there's no way that if it's like $6, like you get a whole family together. Obviously, the studio is losing money, so I don't see a problem with it being $20 to own the movie at that point. I'm okay with that.
And now it looks like they're going to be working with the theaters where when you do rent a movie like that, it's supposed to be like a
Give
first
that cat some milk.
No, we have water. He's been a little whiny bitch like all week. Like, I don't know. I'm giving him attention and everything else, and it's just like, man, pay attention to me. Fuck you, cat. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, whatever.
We're about to hear a dog get eaten by a fucking tiger like Tiger King.
He's already clawed the fuck out of my toe.
Tiger King.
But no, apparently they're working with the theaters, so like if you do a video on demand, you can select your local theater so they get some of the proceeds to kind of help out, which I don't think is a bad idea there.
I think that's a great idea.
But really the only ones that are going to make money is releasing the major movies like Black Widow or Mulan or Wonder Woman. Those people will pay the $20 to see it now. But you're not going to get somebody to spend $20 on The Hunt, like, because those people typically wouldn't have gone to go see it anyway. It's a good movie, Joshua. Go watch it.
No, but
it's a good movie. Fucking go see it.
I agree with the pricing. I think it's fair because you are paying to see a movie that you would have to go to the movie theaters for, and I don't mind it being a little extra because you're paying for the comfort of watching it in your own home.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine with that.
Here's the thing we could create, people. We could create a simultaneous video on demand and theater. So if you want the big theater experience, you could go to the theater. Or if you want to sit at home and not deal with people talking or the coronavirus, you pay $20 and get to watch it at home.
I'm throwing you out because you're wearing a shirt.
Yeah, if you're wearing a Goatman shirt. Because of what the fuck do you want now? Jesus Christ.
He's getting there. The cats are getting to him.
What? She's not home. I don't know what to tell you. Don't rub on the mic.
Next.
Move.
Oh, I'm going to watch this.
Oh, lay the fuck down. Oh, you've gotten heavier too. God, we're all gotten fat here. No, but the big news is Ryan Reynolds is in the talk to tackle the live-action adaptation of 80s video game Dragon's Lair. Some of you that grew up wasting quarter after quarter after this game, I know that's more of Class's era and my era than the two youngins that are on the show.
I remember Dragon's Lair.
We're not young. I wish you'd stop.
But some people complain about the game saying, "Oh, it's not a good game," but it was like the first game looked like a fucking cartoon. Like it wasn't like shitty 8-bit or bad mocap or anything like that. And you wanted to see where the story went, but the game was fucking hard. Like you weren't going to tear it up. And they're talking about making this a live action one. I think Ryan Reynolds could do a good job with this.
Do you think they should do it the way they did it with that movie, the Black Mirror movie that Netflix had? Do you think they should do it like that?
That would be fucking great, actually.
Oh, where it's a VR thing?
Idea. Yes.
So where he has gay sex with the dragon? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, You don't have to
exactly.
Sex. Ew.
No, man, no. To where it has alternate endings, and it's like because you remember that was the big thing.
Oh,
Josh,
that
when
Black
you
Mirror
would play
episode.
Dragon Lair,
Yeah.
and you would have like you would see the way the guy would die.
Yes.
Different ways, turned into a fucking skeleton and like crumble and shit.
Yep.
That's a great ass idea, Joshua.
You should put that out there on Twitter. Maybe they'll see it and make it happen.
Now you do it. Anyway.
So it's going to be coming to Netflix. So who knows when production will start on it or when it's going to go. Because I know there are a number of films that are on delay. Actually, I've got a list of them right now. So first of all, Amazon Birds of Paradise is based upon a novel called Bright Burning Stars, which none of this sounds like it's something we would watch. Disney's Little Mermaid, Shang-Chi, which really who the fuck is going to go see Shang-Chi except for apparently
Fucking
class.
how dare you?
So, come on.
Master of Kung Fu was the shit.
Yeah. Anywho.
How dare you? That's dude. Oh, I grew up fucking loving like Kung Fu theater and Bruce Lee and like Deadly Hands of Kung Fu and like the Master of Kung Fu Shang-Chi. That was one of my favorite comics growing up, man. A really good one.
See, I never read it, so I.
Oh, fun stuff. It is hard to like. It's hard to get.
Doc's like, I don't care.
Like hard to adapt that to a comic book as opposed to live action.
I feel like there's not a huge audience outside of Asian people that are going to be big that want to see this, and I felt like this was playing to China. Shut the fuck up, Alexa. I'm not talking to you either. She's probably recording this now. So I felt this was a ploy to get into China and make a movie for them to make money off of.
And it might be, but you remember when Guardians of the Galaxy like first came out and they were doing talks of that. Everyone was like, "Who the fuck cares about Guardians of the Galaxy?" And that's been like an amazing.
I was super excited by Guardians because I knew who the director was. I had read the comics to figure out who they are, and I was like, "This is going to be fun," and it was. It was the right. That's when you've got somebody that understands what you're building. And the problem is we've got way too many people that don't and keep making shitty fucking Netflix shows, which we'll talk about a couple of the IDW books that got canceled from Netflix. Ridley Scott's The Last Duel, which was going to be shooting in Ireland, now shut down. Guillermo del Toro's Nightmare Alley. The Shrunk movie where Rick Moranis was coming back and Josh Gad is shut down. Some reason the Peter Pan and Wendy live action movie is coming out. Let's see. Home Alone was going to be shot for Disney Plus, which I don't know who the fuck is asking for Home Alone again. Sylvester Stallone's Samaritan is being put on hold. Red Notice with The Rock, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds.
Netflix and Ryan Reynolds are just making movies left and right, huh?
I know. The Harder They Fall, which is a all-black Western starring Idris Elba and Jonathan Majors. That's being put on hold. Tom Cruise's next.
Let's get a new Home Alone movie where, he's all grown up and turns out the only man he loves is one of the burglars, and the other burglar has to deal with it. And
I want to see an all-black Home Alone.
No, let's do this where Kevin is now a heroin addict, like he looks like, and he
doesn't look like a heroin addict anymore. He's done well.
No, and he's trying to break into some kid's house to get the money so he can get more heroin and make songs about pizza.
And it turns out it's one of the kids of the burglars from the first one.
I don't think they were having kids.
Damn, it goes full circle. That's good thinking.
You think they were having kids? Uncharted, which has been pushed back forever. That movie's never getting fucking made. That's on delay. Mission Impossible 7. Let's see, whatever.
Another one? They're making another one?
Yes. Cinderella, starring Camelia Cabella, which no one asked for, is being put on hold. Let's see. Jurassic World Dominion. That's on hold. So, yeah. Matrix 4, are you okay? That the Matrix 4 is being delayed, Kennedy.
Oh, no.
Aren't you excited about it?
No.
Well, why not?
Because they're going to ruin a movie that I like.
They ruined it.
They ruined it
2 movies ago.
Part 4. Yeah.
They ruined it when they made a sequel.
Oh, shut your mouth.
They're not good. They're not good.
Just because your brain can't handle more than one level in a movie. I'm sure, like, Inception just fucked you over.
No, I knew exactly what was happening with the Inception.
Yeah, Inception made sense more than the ending of The Matrix.
Oh, God, yeah. Jesus Christ. Hey,
because you don't understand it.
Let's have a 20-minute car chase where you're completely bored by the end of it in the second movie. That was fun. Or these two dreadlock white boys running around, like, I'm like,
they serve no purpose.
They serve no, and like, hey, these characters are going to show up and then die. Who were they? Oh, it must have been Darth Maul because of how wasted they were utilizing them.
If you read the comics, the twins make more sense.
I mean, for God's sakes, the guys who created it cut off their fucking dick is how bad those fucking movies went.
Oh, wow. Wow, Doc. You're just the most fucking... Ugh.
Doc needs to go for a walk.
No, you need to stay inside. Hey, they're talking about that when they finally open up to the public and then you're allowed to go to Taco Bell and hang out with your friends, that movie theaters should allow free viewing of movies. I'm like, do you all agree, like, showing older movies and you just getting back into the movie experience? Or is it going to take you longer to go to a theater and sit next to somebody?
Yeah, ask Joshua that one. Joshua goes to the theater all the time.
I would too, but I have a shitty AMC that probably still.
Yeah, I as long as no one's fucking coughing or sneezing, I think I'll sit next to somebody. But I think like if they start coughing, I'll just get up and.
What would bother you more, somebody jerking off next to you or somebody coughing next to you?
I'd say jerking off because I don't want them to finish and then might come my way.
Today is your lucky day, Joshua, because all you have to do is come down here and we'll take you to Theater X and you can get a little bit of both.
No, they're not allowed to do that anymore. They shut all that stuff down.
I'm jerking off right now while we're doing the show.
See, there you go.
I mean,
yeah, well, Class does that a lot. You know, there's been some incidents on the Back Row Hecklers podcast.
I definitely do that a lot.
Give him a little.
And I'm home alone. I'm in a house by myself for fucking 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm beating this motherfucker like it owes me money.
Oh,
Chris,
shit!
I gotta send you a picture real quick.
This is gonna be walking around fucking
jerk off to.
Now,
what you said, it reminds me of it.
One movie that is still on track for release in 2021. It's the one we've all been asking for. The millennials out there that don't understand shitty movies. Space Jam 2 with LeBron James, because he won't get in a helicopter, is still on par to.
Wait, what do you mean he won't get in a helicopter?
I'm just joking.
Doc's just being a smartass.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about him.
Just saying, I'm done with LeBron. LeBron bores me. Hey, you know what? LeBron didn't make it to the championship again. Second time in 2 years. Good job, LeBron.
Well, we have
Neither
to see.
did Kobe.
Well, Kobe was already retired. He
was already retired.
So give him a break
soon.
there. The ground didn't.
But they haven't canceled the season. Like, once they officially cancel the season, then...
The season is done.
No, they have to officially say the season's done.
It's
because
done.
If you bought tickets for like a game, they still haven't refunded you your money.
Really?
Ticketmasters... Yeah, because I was supposed to go see the Golden State Warriors play the Knicks. They're still under the impression they're going to move the season. Like, the season's going to start. But ultimately, put you like this, if by September or by the closer we get to September, they still have no resolution, I think they'll say, the season's called. We'll just play next year.
Well, yeah, because then they're competing against college football and NFL. They're not going to.
Yeah.
That
hey, Class, check your Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, they've already said. I mean, I know it's only a one-day event, but like the Kentucky Derby is already moved to September. Like, it sounds like September. It's like, is that when they're thinking that like the all clear would be for like, I guess, giant group gatherings? I mean, how would I don't even know how this is going to work.
I guess it's pushed out for a little bit.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I don't want it to interrupt my football, man.
No, it could. They said it could get delayed on that too.
Wow.
People don't.
We're supposed to go to New York or New Jersey in June, and
that's
like what's that the status?
It's not happening. It's not happening.
That's gonna break my fucking heart.
Have they given you updates about that, Class? I was wondering about that.
Nah, I'm talking to a really good friend of mine, and we're just no. Oh no,
I'm saying because you're going to the Tell 'em Steve Dave thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No,
yeah, so like no, they haven't like officially said, hey, this is what might happen.
Not yet. If anything, I'm
Yeah.
hoping, like, she and I were talking, and it's like, well, we hope if anything it's postponed and not just canceled, because, like, we're staying, like, there's a bunch of us, like, at an Airbnb together, and, like, it's all planned. And so, like, it doesn't, I'm not I hope it happens for, like, many reasons, but, like, I don't know if it's going to happen.
All right, well, like I say, just hold out because you don't know, like, from now until June is still a while. We still got, like, a 2-month buffer. So, you know, shit, I bought tickets for fucking midget wrestling next month. I'm hoping it still goes through.
You mean little person wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Doc,
Getting politically
fucking
correct.
come in here.
That's like saying the N word when saying the M word.
Something you said in a car. So,
I was
Multiple
saying that's what people have used the word and how they say
yeah,
it.
whatever, you fucking liar.
So,
Damn, I'd hate to hear
Doc is
what Doc would call a black midget. That's fucked up.
Doc is a
Offend everyone.
racist, misogynist, like, just
A black gay midget. Oh my
if there is an ist or an ism, Doc is that.
Like, yeah, they're just words. Why are you getting offended by words?
That's right.
Doc keeps it real, man. I don't know. I love Doc.
Never. If you get offended, that's your fault, and you have to deal with it.
Oh, I'm gonna introduce Doc to a gay black midget, and
Well,
we'll just let it go from there.
I know gay black people, not little people though. So, looks like ESPN, to fill their scheduling programming, is running Disney films, sports films like The Rookie and Glory Road and The Miracle. Have you all caught any of these on ESPN or watching WrestleMania highlights?
Nah,
I did hear
I don't
WrestleMania
have a
30 was
cable
on there.
box. So, yeah, I'm not watching that stuff.
Is Doc still here?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened? I got really weird and quiet.
You cut it off?
Riveting radio right now, guys.
I don't like Doc's here right now.
All right, finally, fracking nerds the way you want it.
I think the federal government heard us talking about him.
No, because we all would have been disconnected. It's coming from him.
If the head of the fucking, like, the FCC is a gay black midget, then, like, yep,
Yeah, that's probably true.
we just got the boot. All right, well, so how can they get a hold of you, Kennedy?
Chris, did you check your
Oh, I'm
Twitter-
sorry. Let me check it right now.
good time to do that?
Fuck yeah. I'm sure everyone is loving.
I saw it. It was pretty funny.
Uh oh. That's yep. I mean that's true. 3 a.m. That's about when.
Wait, is his light blinking? His light is blinking. Does that mean like he's on hold or something?
Sorry, I had to piss real quick. I was hoping you guys would just have your little conversation.
Oh, well,
me to
you
piss.
didn't say
something.
something.
It's like
We did have a conversation.
I was trying, like, let me go piss and then come back, and then 'cause
Chris's masturbation time is 3 a.m.
they all like to have a big conversation, and so figured give me a second. Hey, The Big Show has got a TV show coming out on Netflix. The Big Show set to debut on April 6th. The 8-episode half-hour show will have himself, Paul Wright, along with a bunch of other people in this 3-camera wonderful laugh track show. So get ready for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Netflix and not like the WWE Network.
Yep, going to Netflix.
Because I think WWE and Netflix have a deal, man.
Yeah, because they have another one about some like kid that's dreaming of being a wrestler or something like that, and
Okay,
it looks
that's
horrible.
interesting.
What's going on here?
I don't know what is going on.
Sorry, Fedora's just locked me out.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Well, if you had a key from Lock and Key, you would be able to get into it. And speaking of Lock and Key, Season 2...
Oh, great
Oh, look at
segue.
that segue.
Season 2 has now been renewed and will be coming back. Don't know when they're going to start shooting because, once again, nobody will stay inside. So hopefully better. And if you've seen the first season Lock and Key and have read the comics, you know that the story is definitely going in a different direction than the comics. So we're all kind of the same way I feel with Umbrella Academy. I'm not really sure what Season 2 is going to bring us.
Time travel.
Well, with Umbrella Academy, yeah, that's... Well, I think Lock and Key may do that too, so...
I think it'd be cool to like discover new keys.
Well, that's what they'll keep doing is creating new interesting keys. That was the biggest point and kind of some of the cool stuff that they did. And there's a lot of keys that they didn't even touch about. So,
I bet it slowed down once, because the first season was like, all right, we got to get all this out, get this premise done, and wrap it up in this time. And now this next one, they're going to be like, okay, so we can create maybe one key per episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Go Power Ranger style with it.
Oh, that fucking show.
Don't you dare.
Speaking of
Psychic Rangers?
Bad shows that were at IDW publication, V-Wars and October Faction have both been canceled by Netflix. I don't know if anybody saw any of these.
What was the first one?
V-Wars.
V-Wars or V-Wars?
V, as in Victor, Vampire Wars.
I didn't see that one.
Yep.
I saw October Faction, but I didn't have
Did you finish October Faction? Because I had to give it up because it was just so...
I never started it because it just didn't interest me, and you told me, it's very boring.
It is, and like the guy who plays the dad looks like he should have played like the grandfather, is how old this guy looks. Like, I was like, who fucking cast this guy? And it's just like the character's just like, I don't care. And then it became more of a CW drama. It was like, they're making fun of me at school. I don't want to be here. And I was like, fuck you, fuckers. Sorry, that's just the way I feel. I've been in the house for a week straight.
Yes, we're hearing Doc have a mental breakdown live on the show.
Yeah, this is basically it. This is Can you put the label on the show title at self-isolation breakdown of the nerds?
The grand finale.
You're just going off the fucking deep end. You're like brother in Ozark right now.
I need to call Helen and apologize for everything. I need to call Helen and apologize.
Doc's gonna fucking chop at his hair and shit. Look all fucked.
No, my hair doesn't know what to do because I haven't put product in it in a whole week.
Product.
Oh yeah, I've seen him do that. Like one day I came early and he had to get ready for the podcast and he was like styling his hair. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Don't wear hats. So with all of us being in lockdown, what are you all watching? We're watching the talk about having it. Anything else you're watching that you're enjoying?
Aside from Ozark, not really. I stay mainly on YouTube way too much. That's becoming a problem. And I've been playing video games as well, So
hey, when you were watching Ozark, did you suddenly start looking for drone porn? Because when they brought it up, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, I didn't want to look it up. I just was like, "What the fuck where did that come from?" And I'm thinking maybe it's the drones like spy on people fucking.
That's what I thought it was. But it is, and then there's some where they put a dildo on the drone and then try to fuck girls with it, or pull ping pong balls.
Wait, what?
Yeah, well they make a joke in the first episode of season 2 or season 3 of the Ozarks that he was like, "You're not going to be making drone porn with it, are you?" And then instantly I'm like, "What is that? Let's look this up."
Wow, that's a good idea for like a long distance relationship. I gotta look into that.
That would be a very long distance relationship.
They have something like that though. I seen like an advertisement for it where like you webcam with your girlfriend and you put your dick inside the fleshlight, and she controls it with the sucking.
Oh yeah,
wait, what?
Hold
on.
They did that on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, like that's a thing.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's a thing where they can put it like a device in their vagina, and then feel the pulsating, and there's apparently a lot of gimmicks.
You know what's funny is all the memes.
I've heard about the like the vibrator or whatever that like the girl would have, and like I could control it like on my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
But there is one, because I know someone that's brought that up before. Like, there is one that like they could suck something on their end, and then like I would feel it on my end.
I think so, because I think that's what they're talking about.
I'm happy about that one.
The new enhancements for like cam videos and everything else is where you could pay, and then the girl would, and you feel like you're getting sucked off, I guess.
Suck me, beautiful.
Wow, that's yeah. Send me links.
Wow.
Yeah, Class is a funny dude. He's a perv too.
Kennedy, what are you watching? I mean, outside of watching Xavier, you've got to be watching something, right?
We've been watching. Like I said, I watched all of the Tiger King. I finished up Dragon Ball Z Super finally, and then to be honest, this
Android 17.
Yeah, for the win. Well, if we want to come back around to that, I've got a whole lot to say about Dragon Ball Z Super right now. But
no problem.
No, this So school is shut down, but at the same time, we're doing everything online now. And so one of my classes that I was supposed to take in school, I'm now having to take online, which is kind of stressful because it is my A+ certification class.
Hey, good job, buddy.
So, yeah, but it's awesome, but at the same time, it's ridiculously hard to do, just directly online. So it's kind of stressful. But that's what I've been doing is I've been working on my A+ training. So.
Wow, good job, man. A long time ago, dude, this was ages ago. I almost got it. When I was in design, I wanted to get out of design a long time ago, and I wanted to get into networking. And I decided to. The first class was I got my A+ certification. That motherfucker was so hard, and that was back then. I could just imagine fucking 18 years later.
Oh yeah,
difficulty it would be that.
They've added in
you, man.
Cell phones and all that right now, and yeah.
Yeah, good for you.
Clap it out yourself.
Man, today day one of my lockdown. I've been.
Today's the official day.
Yeah, today's the first day. Just go today. So last night I watched Chef. I'm planning on. I'm gonna just. I'm not really.
There's no way his ex-wife and wife would look like that. That would be like me pulling.
That was my complaint. That was my only complaint. That how the fuck.
Jon Favreau in that movie is very, very heavy. And somehow has an amazingly looking ex-wife and amazingly looking new wife. And I'm like...
Hey, Chef was a good movie, though.
Chef was fucking awesome, but that was the part that it's totally suspend your disbelief when it comes to that aspect, that he's pulling stuff. I told my buddy who recommended it to me, I was like, this motherfucker he's probably the best cook ever.
He's gotta be.
A 10-inch sausage.
It's every time they eat it makes them orgasm. It is how good his food is.
Now, did you know that they got a show on Netflix from him because of that movie?
Yes, it's a very fun show, man. It's a very fun show. I've seen that prior to seeing the actual movie the other day. But I'm planning on just doing an Ozark binge. I've been watching some stand up recently. There's been some good, Tom Segura just had a new stand up.
Oh yeah, I was there for that one. Not that one that happened in Texas. But what he did in New York is basically the same set.
Well, yeah, because they go through working his set before they shoot the Netflix things. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, usually
prior to this one that he just dropped, the special he dropped in 2018, he actually came to the Comedy Caravan. Did you know about that, Doc?
No.
Iron out some details.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Segura was at a fucking, and you know how small Comedy Caravan
is
compared to these fucking big theaters.
Is there more than one Comedy Caravan, or is it the one that's literally there on Bardstown Road in that little fucking mall?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah,
is it really?
Yep.
I thought it was so much bigger than that.
No, it's tiny.
Because they've had a lot of big names there.
Yeah.
Not lately though.
I mean, I guess lately none of us have done anything.
Well, I mean, when the Improv was at 4th Street, that was bringing in a lot of big acts. And that just fell apart.
I saw fucking Joe Rogan there.
I saw Daniel Tosh and actually got to hang out and talk with him after the show.
Wow, I saw Bert Kreischer. I hung out with him and Rogan afterwards.
Oh, nice.
That was super cool, man.
But you fucking met Uncle Joey and fucking
I saw
Joe
Uncle
Rogan.
Joey in Lexington. I saw him.
You got a picture with him and everything?
Yeah, prior to that, he was sitting there.
Who was Uncle Joey? From
Joey Diaz, Coco Diaz, cocksuckers. That guy.
I don't know who that is.
That guy's he's probably one of the funniest storytellers of all time. So, yeah, I'll send you some funny shit about him, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, any of y'all reading any good comics?
No.
I'm slipping, Doc.
Great segment.
I did just go to the comic shop the other day.
Stay the fuck home.
Well, listen. I had this. This is how this goes.
Comic books are essential.
On Saturday, you had to call them. You had to say ahead of time. They have a table that they would basically slide it across. They did it a great way. You had to call ahead of time, say I want to pick my shit up. They get all your shit together. Then you pay for it on on your phone through either PayPal or Apple Pay, whatever.
Gotcha.
And then they just have it and they fucking slide you your comics. If you need anything else, then I need the back of the board.
Are you going to Empire?
No, I go to Great Escape.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but one book I will put over, Doc, is DC or Deceased Unkillables. That's a fucking the whole Deceased storyline.
Is that a new line?
What was that?
Is that a new storytelling of it, or?
Yeah, like that whole Deceased, where like there's zombies and shit.
Yeah.
Now there's a new like miniseries called Unkillables, and it's about all these like villains that like Deathstroke the Terminator. Who else is in this thing? Red Hood. A bunch of people who have like healing factors, or there's special things that like it makes it very hard for them to actually die.
Okay.
So they are like the last hope for Earth to like for humanity to stay on Earth. And so I've only read issue 1. Issue 2 just came out the other day, and I haven't read that yet, but it's fucking it's beautiful art, it's very well written, and it's such a fun twist. That whole DC stuff is a very fun twist on like the whole, kind of overplayed zombie theme.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
I've gone back and reading Josh Whedon's X-Men, Amazing X-Men, I think it is. Or is it Astonishing?
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't read that.
Astonishing, you.
That's what I'm just saying. I'm not sure if it was astonishing, amazing, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it was
called.
astonishing.
Fuck you, Joshua.
Beautiful art on that too. Like one of my favorite.
John Cassidy.
Yeah, John Cassidy does one of my favorite covers ever. I think it's Astonishing X-Men number 2, maybe it's 3. It's a blue cover, and Emma Frost is covering Scott Summers' eyes. Mm-hmm. We see the glow of like the red beams coming out.
I have that too,
dude. I've always wanted a poster of that shit. It's unreal. So beautiful art. Good call.
I got in my signed copy of what is it, Strange Universe, or the one where it's the school that Scotty Young worked on, and I forget who else is on it. So I got his alternative cover with it signed. Shut the fuck up.
Fucking sad.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Fuck your podcast.
I know.
Doc wanted the pussy. He got the pussy. He
pay
can't handle
attention
the
to
pussy.
me.
You need to call Joe Exotic so he can help you with your past.
No. Oh, guys, in video game news, do you remember some of the old school WCW Nintendo 64 games that came out? No, okay.
Yeah.
Good job. Like WCW versus NWO or some of the other ones.
To the Switch?
No, apparently somebody is making or like a modded form of the Nintendo 64 that you can play.
Sweet.
And I think you have to like run a MAME cabinet or something like that to make it work. And let me see what they're going to have. Over 50 wrestlers from that time. 30 different stages to choose from. I mean, they're having people from even like Ron Simmons, Disco Inferno, and Sub-Zero, Glacier, that character.
Who cares?
Just, I mean, it was such a fun thing to play. Like those.
Yeah, like why is it not accessible on the fucking Switch? Those bastards.
Because I don't think they have all the rights to put it on the Switch. Because they're not charging anything.
Well, that's something that a long time ago, I used to go to a buddy's house, and he used to get like these skins and would mod basically that same like 64. It's like Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, WCW versus the World, WCW versus NWO, like what was some WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. It all has the same engine, and apparently it's very easy to mod.
That was also one of the fun wrestling games to play too, because it wasn't extremely difficult to play. Because now the wrestling games are just way too complicated. I'm just like, there's too much going on.
I was playing that shit while I was in Matt's house in his basement. It took his N64. I was playing that shit all day.
See?
It's a great engine for a game. And I believe a while back, AEW talked about using that same engine and creating a new game like that, which, dude, I would be all in for.
Actually, the guys that created this game, the WCW Feel of Bang, are the ones supposed to be working on it.
Okay, I don't know about Feel the Bang. Is that same engine like that?
That's the modded
AKI
game.
Or Aki? Or,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, fair enough.
In other news, outside of GameStop closing nearly 300 stores and also consider themselves an essential business because they have to provide games during a crisis like this. They're launching contactless curbside delivery service. So if you still need to get that game because you're somebody like Joshua that has to have a physical copy and refuses to get a digital copy of it, or
why am I being persecuted for my beliefs?
Me and Patrick were talking yesterday at D&D, and
so all like 5 of you all sitting around a table within 3 feet of each other.
Oh
well, okay.
And you have a baby at home. Oh my God.
When the fuck did you become the coronavirus fucking crusader there, Doc?
Because I want to go to work and make fucking money. I enjoyed making money when
way, you fucking cockfight.
I like making money.
Patrick was saying that he does about $3,000 a day, but they're not selling video games. He's selling accessories and systems.
Oh, because people are bored and wanting new systems and stuff?
Well, I've always been told that there's a lot of companies that will use like the Xbox Party to hold meetings and stuff like that because the connection can be better.
Really?
So
apparently use them.
Marketing all that. So they're we're like have one play Mac. So once with the GSD just doing a call you Xbox playing real console and it works.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Wow, that's a great idea.
You want to play Switch with people, just get on Xbox One.
So if you are looking to order some stuff from GameStop, you go to GameStop.com or go to the GameStop app, put in your order, and deliver it to your door. We'll come drop it off and go from there.
Just fucking buy Overwatch because they're charging an arm and a leg.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And I told you when it was $20, he's like, I don't know, it's legs.
Yeah, you got skinny legs.
Yeah, not because
it's so funny.
Because I'm
like
I haven't bought a Funko in like a very long time, and so GameStop offered this like 3 for $10, and like none of the GameStops are open around me; they're completely closed because that's what they're supposed to be doing. They're not essential businesses compared to like Indiana and stuff like that. And so I'm sitting here, and I was like, so many of these I could fucking buy, but no, I will just have to wait.
Side note, is GNC still open? Is that considered essential or no?
Oh, it could be.
I have to find out because I have to get protein powders. I'm going to be stuck in my apartment for a very long time. I better start working out or I'm going to be...
bulking up.
Yeah, I got to cultivate mass.
What are you going to do?
I have 2 free weights here in my apartment, and I could do some...
How heavy are the free weights?
25 pounds each.
Okay. What the fuck's going on there?
I don't know. Somebody's clicking in and out.
Class.
I don't know.
One of you all's doing it, or it's the FBI it's the FBI when they heard the story that Kennedy was talking about. So
that's what we said when he disappeared.
You got worried there for a second.
That wasn't me messing with my phone case, clicking it off and on, not even.
Yeah, good job, class. Jesus Christ, you can't even stay indoors. That's why you're quarantined now. For God's sakes.
Yes, Doc, I have the proper equipment to work out, so I just want to get some protein shake.
Yeah,
all you got to do is like sit-ups and push-ups. Like, I mean, that's good. You can do squats. There's a lot of like, your own body weight that you could work with.
Do some DDP yoga.
Yeah, you could do that. Feel the bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say
I'm upside down as a pussy.
And then apparently other news is Sony will limit the PlayStation download speeds in the U.S., so if you're trying to download a new game, it may take much longer than the original time it used to take, which still felt like it took forever to download a game. That's why they allow you to...
Yeah, I've noticed no delays in downloads for me.
My internet speed has gone from 200 megs per second to like 65.
Ooh. That's because everybody's online now.
Right.
There's never a dead time now. It's just everyone bored and everything else. So is everybody surviving?
Yeah, I mean, I got 2 supermarkets and 1 bodega now because the other bodega closed down because someone has corona, so they shut that shit down. And me and Grandma are doing good. It is what it is.
Yeah,
and
you definitely need to stay inside, keep your grandma healthy.
What is that? Okay, Josh, I need you to explain that to me.
What?
What is up with New Yorkers and the phrase "it is what it is"?
You come to New York and you just deal with so much shit. You're like, yeah, it is what it is, Like, there's nothing you can do about it. You lost your job, man. It is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is. Have you been thinking about this a lot, Kennedy?
No, I just... so I was watching a D&D thing, and this girl who's from New York in the group, she's constantly saying that fucking phrase to the point where they've actually integrated it in the game. I've heard it a lot, and then I was watching fuck, what was it? One of the cop shows that takes New York kept saying, "What is going on here?"
That's New York play sometimes, man.
I mean, it is weird.
Yeah, see?
All right. So how are y'all gonna plans for the next couple weeks? Like, do y'all want to actually accomplish anything, or is it just gonna be sit around and read and watch TV?
I will be
We'll
going
go
to
to Taco Bell tomorrow.
Wait, how about one at a time?
Taco Bell, buddy. Let's go.
No, can't. They deliver for free now. You don't even need to go.
Yeah, Taco really likes Taco Bell.
Who does?
You really like Taco Bell.
I do like Taco Bell. Why? Just because we went and got Taco Bell when we were heading out from Concave?
Every time.
Well, I wanted to do breakfast, and those fuckers didn't have breakfast when we were leaving last time. But I like their
Always
breakfast.
different.
Oh, I got pissed.
Dude, Taco Bell's breakfast is fucking ass, man. That's awful.
No,
it's good. What the fuck you? What are you talking about?
That shit's
What
booty,
are you
man.
putting up against it then?
Nah, that quesadilla crunch is life, bro.
No,
Sorry.
that's fucking the. What do you
Okay.
think is good then?
Have you guys tried that new Papa John's thing that they've got?
Pizza?
No, they're doing these things.
What?
They're doing these quesadilla things.
What? They're doing a
I don't think anyone
quesadilla.
tried anything because like you can't go outside. It's like,
Yeah, hold on. I saw them the other day.
hold on. Like, have you guys noticed now what's going on with the world? Now
Oh, the
companies,
papatillas.
the companies are trying to like fucking like insert that in the commercials. Like the car commercials are like, we know what's going on with the world right now, and that's why we're allowing you 6 months free.
Oh, yeah.
No interest charge for the. I'm like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I don't have a this month, but go ahead and
I'm enjoying my
that.
email account right now where every fucking thing ever is telling me how they're handling it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care how PayPal's handling the COVID virus. Like, what the fuck?
Can I ask a quick question? Anybody still watching The Walking Dead?
No.
Nope.
No, nobody? Well, apparently, and for the ones that have read the comics, Princess has finally showed up. I don't know who the fuck they casted her, like who, but she is just not Princess at all. It's like they just went and found somebody from, Orange is the New Black and said, we just need somebody super Hispanic to be here. And I'm just like, that's... If you've read the comic, Princess is very energetic, and she is very like, don't you mess with me. Don't you mess with me.
Like a young Rosie Perez.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, you fucked up again, Walking Dead. You don't know. They give you good characters and like, listen, we've already made history and know how to do these things. And they go, we want to do something completely different. And that's why that show fucking sucks. All right. Well, guys, It was good talking to you. I'm glad everybody's healthy and safe and surviving.
Are you going to, you may not, cover the thing about that I posted in the chat earlier?
Oh, what did you post in the chat? Hold on.
About
You've got the Tom Clancy game, the newest one, right?
The Breakpoint?
Yes, if you can send an invite to us and we can play online with you till June.
Real?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How does that work if we don't have the...
It doesn't matter. They'll allow you to download the game and we can play the online version. Where did I see that at?
Nice. Too bad we can't do that with Overwatch. I'd play with it. That sure ain't. You spend $60 on that motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. Like I was, like I'll download it. It's like $59.99. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, who the fuck is gonna pay? I was like,
Call of Duty, Doc.
I can't spend any money right now.
Yeah.
I can play Call of Duty.
Really? No, like,
Well,
No,
he can't play the online.
I have it. I was on there. Like, I've updated and everything. I'll be playing, like, I'll play one match perfectly fine, and then another, and the whole fucking game will reset. Don't need back to the lobby. Like, you can literally start the entire fucking game.
wow,
And I was like, okay, maybe my Xbox is happening, right? No, I play any other game that I want. It's just the Call of Duty.
Have clear out cache in the Call of Duty game.
And the Call of Duty game, no,
try
I've done the Xbox for you it through, go to Blu-ray or whatever, and you clear it out.
Try to see if you can clear that game. Clear the cache of the game and reinstall that.
I have already deleted all of it. It didn't help.
All right, here it is. Ghost Recon American Friend joined for free until June. Bringing up the article right now. I don't know why everything decided to be so.
I like Doc getting certain advice on how to
I know what we're computers never get Boston. It's like I figured like Call of Duty.
No, it doesn't have nothing to do with me. It's literally something Call of Duty.
Yeah, it definitely. I haven't had an issue with that like at all. That's really like we're something like really man. With compared to like all that other with PUBG and all that shit.
I don't play much better than PUBG.
Until
I like first-person shooter aspect of this. It was the third.
Well, let's play you because PUBG had first and all stuff revamped.
Lumpy.
I have more to do. So obviously.
Joe, what are you doing? No.
So I don't please. No, it's my friends. I I'm doing something, and nobody does. Only has all revisions. I'm like, I know. So that's why I told hey, you want to play what? How do you do this? I can.
Kennedy, just people can buy up to friends info and via the friend pass. So if you or one of your buddies has Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you can play together even if you don't all own the copy.
Nice.
So send us a thing so we can all play.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Anything else, guys? Josh,
I learned that if you tell Michael Jordan if he misses a shot, he's gonna give kids.
He ain't giving no Jordan
sneakers. That motherfucker ain't missing no shots. That had to be the worst thing ever. I'm like, oh, he's gonna miss it. Did not miss.
They even put a hand in front of his eyes, and he still hit the fucking shot.
Did you see this class?
No.
So basically, Chris Paul was at a Michael Jordan basketball camp or something of that matter, and there was like a bunch of kids. There had to be at least 100 kids there in that court.
And they did around the world kind of shooting.
So he told them, he's like, "Hey, Michael Jordan, if you miss a shot, all these kids get free Jordans." Michael Jordan did not miss a single fucking shot. Like it was not even funny.
I would almost be interested to see if Jordan just went back and bought all those kids' shoes. Like,
no, Jordan's not that kind of guy.
I don't think so because Michael Jordan's not that fucking charitable. So
he's one of the worst. He's one of the worst tippers.
Yeah, I heard that
you
too.
Personally know?
No, you hear the stories, man.
Yeah.
You hear about Ellen being a piece of shit too.
Well, Kennedy, what'd you learn this week?
Nothing. I got nothing. No more room in my head to learn anything. Oh, wait, hold on. Goku's a bitch. Then yeah, that's it.
Is that a Dragon Ball Z reference or something?
Yeah, it was a sports bowl. Anyway.
All right. Class, what'd you learn this week?
I learned that I'm going to have about 2 weeks to binge watch on a bunch of shit, and so sounds like Ozark's gonna kick it off, and that I should not go through a drive-through, even though that's like I'm taking all precautions necessary. Like,
don't post it on Twitter because I will see that shit. You don't understand when I start paying attention to your Twitter, gifts start happening.
Yeah, you really don't. You don't want to deal with that there, class.
I love the interaction of seeing I love seeing the gifts getting like Joshua get blasted with the gifts.
Like I just wait. Like my conversations on Twitter, I'm just like, oh, just wait for Doc. Doc's gonna say something, and then I get disappointed when Doc doesn't say anything.
No, you're like
something about Marvel Strike Force. Doesn't say anything.
Which one was that you wanted me to comment on?
I put the Red Skulls, come Strike Force. I like for him revealing something out in America. I know gonna say something. I
didn't see that one.
Oh well.
I don't know. Yeah. I missed it because I would have found a new money one to show.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do.
Next episode, I'm talking about Marvel Strike Force.
And then I learned that it's really hard to get guys to do a podcast when they have nothing fucking else to do. And I'm like, hey, want to do a podcast? I'm busy. And I'm like, the fuck you all doing? Yeah, I'm just busy.
Who said they were busy?
You said
because I have a fucking kid, Doc. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like nobody else. You're all home. You could put on a mic, talk, you rub, shake your baby. Not shake your baby, but, caress your baby. Do something. Keep your baby happy.
The funny thing is, Kennedy, he's talking all this shit, but his cat's been interrupting.
No.
He needs a fucking
but look, I could still keep doing it, and I'll deal with him later. Like
next podcast, not even going to be me here. I'm just going to put a fucking headset on Xavier.
He's going to be like, listen, guys, this is dumb. I'm reading your minds. My dad's going to go to Concave next year. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we've got to take it. Talking to Mom. Mom's cool with it all.
I'm talking shit. I'll probably go to Concave.
You should.
Yay!
You have a good time.
We do have a good time.
Like, look how much we fuck with each other. It's a great bonding experience every time we go. We missed out. The class didn't get to hang out.
Yeah, I'm not missing out next year.
That's
I definitely
right.
want to go. What happened with the audience and the podcast? I hear there were technical issues.
Oh yeah, my as soon as I bring all my equipment down and the fucking power connector died on me.
Well, not just that. That lady came by with her boyfriend trying to have sex.
Oh, that was an issue too. And then I don't know why.
What?
And then
Wait! Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, that was happening in the crowd. As like, I don't know why Chris shot so far back. He should have shot right up on us on our Facebook thing. But yeah, if you see the Facebook video, there's like a guy and a girl trying to pretty much fuck. There's girls trying to get Ronnie to fuck her brother or something like that. Is what I.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right, Kennedy?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, and I think Dakota was getting extremely pissed off with what was going on when all that shit was happening.
Yeah, because they weren't respecting the podcast while we were talking.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Crow was even getting pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, because Crow passive-aggressively told them to shut the fuck up. It's like, it must be that some people have forgotten we're doing a podcast here.
And Crow is apparently working on bringing back Simply Drunk. We just got to wait till all this bullshit passes, and we may be recording here at my location.
Are you kidding me? That's even more reason for him to come over and get drunk.
Well, I don't think we're gonna. He'll probably open up a beer, and that will be it. And I never drink on the shows because if something goes wrong, if I'm drunk, there's no way I'm fixing the problem. Especially with
how fucking drunk do you expect to get on a 1-hour podcast show? Like, what are you talking about?
I don't. I mean, yeah,
a drink.
Yeah, I have a drink or two also. Yeah, but yeah, we're never like blitzed out of our mind when we do this show.
So I think next year at Concave we need to do shot roulette and record it and put it on the Facebook page.
We didn't actually shoot us doing stuff. We didn't record anything, so it just.
Hey, I tried to get you more active on Facebook. Like when we came out of Avengers, and I fucking did the live.
We need to start working on it. I need somebody to actually just be that camera person. It's weird. I'm fine being on camera and stuff, and then I'm just like, I don't want to do this. So I'm like introverted and extroverted all at the same time. It doesn't help. So that's my life. That's my cross I bear. I already knew that. That's not something I learned today. And I learned that my cat's a fucking asshole, that when I'm trying to walk past him, he decides to cut in between my legs, which then I step on him, and then he claws the fuck out of my toe. And then I have to be the nice guy because he's like, ah! And then he runs off and he comes back and I go, are you okay? So, yeah. So that's my life. Class, how can we learn more about you?
No, just follow me and all my drive-through happenings.
It should be very limited now.
Chris Class BRH at Twitter and Chris Class BRH on Instagram. Yeah, I'm stuck in the house. When I'm not trying to help save the fucking world, Doc.
No, we give you. Let's all give a little bit of clapping for he is. Yeah, he is on the front line.
Applaud the healthcare workers, you know.
Yeah, not the guy who cleans up all the trash.
No, I don't want credit for that. People be like, oh, you know, they think I'm at work, yo. I just want to tell you, good job. I'm like,
I don't do shit.
I just throw the garbage out, bro. I'm not doing anything important.
Yeah, I'm not saving lives.
I don't know. To me, in this situation, you would be the most danger.
You're doing. Yeah, don't sell yourself short, Joshua. I know
I'm not selling myself short. It's just like there's a difference between because there's a commercial where they show like, oh, it's about teamwork, and the people at NASA are trying to do something, and I believe the ladies, they did a movie about them, and they're like detailing everybody in that one office, and they're like, even the guy picking up the trash is important. I'm like, all right, quit the fucking brakes. The guy sweeping up garbage in that office is just doing his job. It's not like they were gonna fucking go, oh my god, there's so much trash here, we can't solve the NASA problem, we got to pick up this trash. But I don't think the people who are dealing with it, that have to put themselves at risk, I think they deserve the applaud. I'm grateful for the people that do what they're supposed to do. My job is, I would say it's essential, but it's not essential to the point like what class is doing, what doctors, because they're the most at risk. They're dealing with patients. They're dealing with the most danger. I'm just taking garbage from point A to point B if I was at work right now.
But environmental services like EVS, it's
that's what they call it at the hospital.
That's what we call it at our place. It's anywhere from the people who just take things from point A to point B, or the people that go in and desanitize the room with the UV lights, or it's everything. And it's like, dude, I see that it's a team effort, man. So don't sell yourself short, bro, man.
No, it is, but it is a team. I would say I'm the fucking punter on the team.
Hey, that's all right. Sometimes that extra point counts. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, the punter, the kicker kicks the field goal. The punter,
punter, you got to get it down to the other end of the field. All right. I've been without my fucking sports for so long. I don't even know my position.
Fuck it.
I'm trying
join
to
me.
over, and then you're gonna just
join me, class.
You know what? You don't fucking do shit, Josh. You fucking.
Hey guys, real quick. Morbius has now moved to. Morbius has moved to March 19th of next year, and Ghostbusters is March 5th.
Cares.
Well, Ghostbusters, I'm interested to see how that's going to be.
What do you real quick? Do you think if say coronavirus gets taken out by the end of the month of April, everything gets moved back to the original starting point?
No, they don't. No, because they're going to worry that people are not going to go to the theaters for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Anyways,
Kennedy, how can they?
Cool story, bro.
Kennedy, how can they learn more about you?
I'm on Facebook, but I did change my name on Xbox.
He did. I was very surprised to see this.
To kind of line things up. Oh, that's something with our listeners can. Xbox has changed the way that they are doing usernames now. So if you absolutely hate the username that you got stuck with, you get one free change, and say that there's a username you want, but it was gone or taken before. You can now get it. They just add a number to the end of it if it's not available. So it's kind of nice, but. I liked Zenchi. That was my choice for many years, but I've outgrown it, I think. So
he's a
my
new man.
My username is now Nerd Kennedy. So
all one word?
Space in between Nerd and Kennedy.
I'm
fucking nerd.
I still want Doc Martin, but that motherfucker hasn't used his.
I wonder if I
Xbox.
could still just get Green Eye Bebop, even though it was still me that owned it.
And then Joshua.
What happened? Well, if you want to see me, I don't know, bitch on Twitter and do some other stuff on Instagram, you can, catch me at Green Eye Bebop on both of them. Whatever.
And if you want to follow me as I follow Green Eyed Bebop, Doc_Martin on Twitter, and then Frackin' Nerds on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Yes.
That's right. When you want to see Doc Martin post about TV shows that he doesn't like getting canceled or renewed, follow Frackin' Nerds.
That's right, I do. I post some things ever so often. Actually, you should probably
what? If everyone's on fucking lockdown, why don't for the next 14 days we do 14 days of fucking Frackin' Nerds then?
Like what?
Oh,
like doing what? Talking?
We would run out of news.
We don't have we don't have anything to talk about tomorrow. There's nothing going on. I mean,
who gives a shit?
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the new Super Mario game. That's what we can talk about tomorrow.
Aren't we supposed to do a BRH tomorrow?
I want to do I don't even know when, and that's what we're gonna do another back row heckler soon. And I was who even gives a fuck about wrestling? Let's just get on and talk. Who cares?
And how do you guys feel about wrestling with no crowd? Do you think WrestleMania should get canceled and pushed back, until September?
Nah, I want to see this shit show.
You want to see it fall apart?
I just want to see this car accident.
It's been so.
It's going to be better if they come out there and still try to pump up the crowd, though.
Well,
I was talking to someone about that earlier.
Colt Cabana did that.
Dude, they come out and they cut promos and they're looking around they're expecting a crowd reaction. It's because they're so fucking that's how they've done it their whole career. It's the weirdest fucking thing to watch ever.
That's what I'm saying, because you're normally going out working the crowd and everything else. How do you go out? And then the Performance Center, I would assume, can't do too many fireworks and everything, so it's all going to be kind of...
Oh, it's none.
Yeah.
It's none.
So it's just they're just going to be coming in and yeah! And then they stand there. So, I mean, they're going to be moving fucking people. Moving them.
You just stare at the camera creepily the entire time you're monologuing.
Yeah.
It's not...
And then the other thing, with no crowd, I mean, how do they not hear them calling shit in the ring?
Well, yeah, that they have to talk extra low for that one.
There's going to be a lot of tie-ups.
That's the thing, is they're going to have to change the whole microphone setup and everything, because, they've got, that shit set to where it picks up where it needs to pick up at and, cancels out crowd noise. They're running into that same thing with these artists that are doing, live shows and stuff in their apartments.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of those?
They're horrible.
Your fucking ears want to bleed.
They're horrible. They don't know how. They don't have an audio guy producing it and making sure it sounds well. Instead of them on YouTube sound like crap.
Right. I don't think those audio guys for the wrestling shows are going to be pulling double duty. So.
Well, here's the thing, though. Most of those matches for WrestleMania have been pre-taped.
They're not allowed to work down in Orlando after last Wednesday. So, this all should have been recorded, right?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Oh, I just forgot about something. For all the other nerds out there like me that are waiting on Final Fantasy VII, you can get your copy if you pre-ordered it. Just keep watching the mail, and it may be hitting your doorstep any day now.
Oh, cool. Let me see if Amazon sent me a notification that it's shipped. Nope.
Evidently they're not. Something happened in Amazon or in Square Enix was trying to fill the street, and it's being dropped in mail. So,
so you make us early street delays.
Yeah, they already have it. People have it in mail already.
Nice. So, I will not be getting it, so...
I'm not getting it.
And you can no longer pre-order the physical copy, so... it would have to be...
Thank God I pre-ordered it. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I need my physical copies.
All right. Well, guys, enjoy your WrestleMania next weekend, and be healthy, be safe.
This weekend?
Isn't it this weekend, right?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
That's what I said. I said this weekend. Yeah, but nobody cares. There's no talk of it. Normally, it's like everyone's talking about WrestleMania, but nobody give a fuck.
Everybody's talking about the NASCAR people right now, though, because they're doing everything on iRacing.
What?
The fuck is that?
What is that?
Oh, you haven't heard about that?
No.
So, they're not doing NASCAR right now because you can't have crowds, and I don't understand. I think you could still be able to race and record it. It'll be fine. But so they're trying to just take precautions because, NASCAR is not essential. This way, NBA is not essential, stuff like that. So what they've done is there's this online program called iRacing, right? And it's super detailed. Like, makes Gran Turismo look like a fucking Need for Speed game. And so what these NASCAR guys have been doing is all of them are on iRacing now, and they're hosting the actual races on this video game. And it was kind of neat. But evidently it's been getting huge audiences viewing it. So
viewing it or doing like normal NASCAR, turning it on, drinking a beer, and falling asleep?
I don't think their analytics account for that, Doc.
Just like the old lady turns on their TV and why Big Bang Theory has the numbers it does because they just leave it on after Wheel. All right, guys. Well, that will bring this.
Is that why CBS is number one on the seniors because they put it on and they fall asleep for the whole night?
Yeah, that's it. That is like a thing that typically happens is when they have the box and they'll fall asleep during their game or the Wheel of Fortune and whatever rolls into it usually gets high numbers because they haven't turned it off or they've left it on for their cats.
Anywho.
All right,
guys.
Well, for Chris Class over in Indiana, along with Mr. Kennedy and the man who is all the way over on the East Coast, that's Joshua.